designers faced difficulties when they began selecting a suitable platform for the Buick Riviera. Its body was unconventional by American standards. Since it was impossible to adapt existing full-size chassis, a separate E-body platform was created for the Riviera, on which other personal luxury class models would later be built: the front-wheel drive Cadillac Eldorado and Oldsmobile Toronado. Nevertheless, the architecture of the Riviera was typical for Buick. The Buick Riviera's interior was done in a European style, unfamiliar to Americans. The first-generation Buick Riviera was introduced for the 1963 model year as a two-door hardtop and was powered by a 6.6-litre or 7.0-litre V8 engine. The interior looked equally progressive thanks to instrument dials housed in separate troughs and a narrow sloping central console. Inside, 4 individual seats were installed, separated by a transmission tunnel. The steering column was adjustable for height. Leather and wood were used in the finish, and they installed air conditioning, cruise control, power steering, a radio, power windows, and power front seats. For the early 60s, this was akin to science fiction. The inclined central console was a rarity in cars of that time. The base version was equipped with a 6.6-litre 325 horsepower V8, and for an additional fee, a 7-litre 340 horsepower engine was available. With a 3-speed automatic transmission, the more powerful option demonstrated decent dynamics considering its weight of 1,900 kilograms, accelerating to 100 kilometers per hour in 8 seconds and reaching a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour. Of course, the average fuel consumption was enormous, 17.8 liters per 100 kilometers. But gasoline was cheap in those days. For its time, the coupe was not cheap. It cost $4,300, making it more expensive than all other Buicks and on par with the Chevrolet Corvette and Jaguar E-Type. In today's money, that's $44,000. The Riviera immediately became successful, with 40,000 cars produced in the first 12 months. Approximately the same number of cars were sold in 1964, including the limited edition Grand Sport with a 360 horsepower engine. The first generation of the Riviera was produced for 3 years, and a total of over 112,000 of these coupes were assembled. The Riviera wasn't just a fancy luxury car that could go fast in a straight line, but it even had impressive touring credentials. The two-door coupe had a shorter wheelbase, which made it the most nimble out of the other Buicks of its time. The 1964 models do not have any noticeable differences, but in 1965, alongside the changed rear lights, the headlights were hidden in the ends of the front fenders, as originally intended by the initial design. In the next episode, we will delve deeper into the 1965 model, as well as pay attention to some publications dedicated to the Buick Riviera. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to show your appreciation with a like. And I wish you all the best. As always, feel free to engage in the comments, so if you have anything to say, I'll be happy to respond. Stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. You've been watching Old But Gold channel. Goodbye for now. See you in the next episode.